Let's get back to a little bit of Ghostemane, though. You mentioned the mask. You've stepped up the mask, obviously, now from the Rite Aid purchase.
Yes.
Who designed this mask for you, and can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, actually, I got one right here. One of them. So this girl, Lainey, she makes masks for Slipknot and mainly Slipknot. She makes them for some other people. But yeah, Eric knew her at the time and was like, "Hey, I know this girl who can make masks." Talked to her, and so I started talking to her, and she, of course, she was like, "What do you want it to look like?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like, I was like, I kind of picturing like if you took off like Jason's mask, like what would it look like? Just some like deformed, fucked up face. So she did some molds with it, and backtrack. The worst part ever, like, which sucks because her house burned down later, so she ended up losing my mold. But to get life casted, like the mold over your face I'm not claustrophobic at all, but that was the worst, like 30 minutes of my life.
It takes 30 minutes?
30 minutes. So they put all this stuff over you, and the only way you could breathe is there's two girls doing it. The main girl who's like molding it, and then the other girl who's pretty much your life is in her hands. She has two little like popsicle sticks in your nose. And all this goo is just going over you, and she's just basically getting the goo out of your nose because that's your only air hole, because it's covering your mouth, your eyes, your ears. And so for 30 minutes, and you can hear, but it's just it's hard to hear. But she's like, if you can't breathe, like wave your hands. And of course, my allergies, I start getting all stuffed up, but I'm like waving my hand. I'm like, I can't fucking breathe. So she's like, all right, the count of 3, blow out as hard as you can, like. So I'm just like, she's like, 1, 2, 3, and I just blew. And of course I can't see anything. And she's like, oh my God, like the biggest like chunk of that like mold mask started like hardening up in my nose and like blocking my breathing. So thank God, like blew it out. But yeah, that was horrible. But yeah, her house ended up catching on fire, and she lost all of her molds. So if I ever want a new mask, I gotta go through that process again. So I'm kind of bummed about that.
Yeah, that sounds awful.